All right, sorry about that. Dogs barked. There's no way to pause it. Let's get back to where we were at. And I am recording this time because I started back up and I forgot to hit record. But we had a due date of 7 days. You could assign members. I think it was me. And I think I put you up here as well. I'm going to set the automatically to be incomplete. Badges, like I was saying with badges, you can set any badge you want. Like you want to say, set this column automatically to high priority. And you can come down here and tell it to remove all badges. Now, there's a bug right now, so you got to tell it not to remove the one that you're telling it to add, or it will remove it. So I got to fix that. I'm not going to go over the restrictions one because I doubt we'll be using it here. This is more for me than it was for anybody else. So if you want to run down on that, I'll get you on a Skype call and talk to you about that one. But like I said, you can change the color and do whatever you want. All right, see, we changed the color, the due date. We already got a couple cards here. But if we create a card, like I said, this is the title, not really meant for like a lot of text. But there's no limit on it. You can type a book there if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. We're just going to put a simple title here. As you can see, it created it, and it automatically assigned it a high priority badge. It gave it a due date of 7 days from now, and it assigned it to me and you. Now, let's say we want to change that. You want to remove yourself. You just do that, or you want to add, add people into it. Like I said, you can assign up to, by default, you can assign up to 6, or you can go change that number, max it out at 10, and it will assign up to 10 people to it. As you can see, it's assigned me and Robert to it now. Now, you can go into the card. You see the due date up here. You can change it. You can remove it. It'll tell you date removed. You can add a new due date. Let's say you think a week is not enough time and you don't want to be a cruel overlord, so you come over here and you change it to the 31st to tell you when the date's updated. You can complete the card from here. Now, let's say you want to share the card with somebody else. You can come over here and click on the copy, the link. And if you come over here, let's do that from a new window. Go paste and go. And it will bring up the card without them having to look for it. It will automatically bring up the card for them. All right, so, okay, you got your title here. And you said in your email you didn't know how to assign a badge. I think on all the projects, like the harmonization one, I think I got it set where I'm the only one that can assign badges to cards. So I might change that for you. But if you want to assign a badge, you can either click the little purple rectangle area here, or you can click the Add Remove Badges button over here. It does the same thing. It brings up the badges that are available. Now you can just drag and drop them, and you can order them. It will follow the order here. So, and these are just default badges: high priority, low priority, medium, and ASAP. You can assign as many badges as you want to a card. It doesn't matter. So if we clicked out of here right now, it will show the card being updated with all the badges. Or you can remove them all if you want. There's nothing that says a card has to have a badge. This is what I was talking to you earlier about, the description part here. It's not set, but you can set it if you want. Now, I think I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the other video or this one. There's nowhere to save any of this stuff. It's all automatically saved. So once you start typing and once you stop typing, a half a second after you stop typing, it will automatically save this. So you don't have to do anything here. You just type in what you need to and then move on. The card history will show you everything that's been done to the card, like when it was created, when it was, if it's been moved from a column, that sort of stuff. This is the comment section. I know it's a giant white space right now, and I need to fix that. Any, people who have comment permissions can type a comment in or attach an attachment to it, and they show up here. Well, that's pretty much the card layout. As you can see, it now shows that the new due date, who's assigned. It removed all the badges, and it shows that it has 1 comment. Now, the cool thing about this app over the other apps that we've been using is you can drag and drop the other columns, the cards. Like, say you don't want it being done anymore, and you want it over here in the new column, or new column. Like I said, I added a bunch of columns. You can add as many columns as you want. You can move the columns even, and the cards will move with them. There's like a half-second delay, so it takes, so you're not accidentally grabbing, when you're just doing something else. It takes like half a second for it to trigger, so you can move them anywhere you want in this row here, and you can move the card to any. This is kind of twitchy, trying to get to the edges. If the column you wanted to move it to is past the scroll, kind of twitchy, but I'll try to fix that later. But yeah, that's pretty much the card layout and the project layout. Now, this doesn't want to work all the time. It wants to open and close. It's a bug. If we refresh, it will work. Because I think I know what is happening. Alright, so let's say you want all the badges, all the cards with low priority badge to show, or medium priority, high priority, ASAP, any of the badges. You want to go by their state, complete it or not complete it, or assigned to. Now, this list will in the future populate by everybody a card has been assigned to. Like, you could tell tell to only show cards that don't have an assigned person to it, or who they've been assigned to, like yourself, or Robert or me, or whoever. That's will be in the future. But it doesn't work right now. It's got a bug. Yeah, it's just throwing an error. I don't know why. I'll have to go figure that out. But let's say you want to, that card disappeared because it has no status, or it doesn't match the status or the badge that we chose. You can go through here and click these all off once at a time to get it back to default. But if you just, you want to save time, you can hit clear, and it will do the same thing. And then you can either click on here, or you can click on the page, and it will close the side column. The other thing is charts. Like, ignore this at-risk thing. This thing's broken. It's supposed to calculate, better, but it doesn't. It'll tell you the due date, how many columns you have, how many cards in total there are, how many cards are in trash, how many are completed. This is broken too, so I'll probably be removing that in the future. I think Robert's missed with the padding. I think I said this in the other video, because there's supposed to be padding and borders. There's no padding, no borders here. Yeah, because look, I got this nice little padding over here, and you have to talk with him, stop removing the padding from default classes. But anyway, you got several charts here you can look at, like cards completed by date. Like, you can see what date they're completed on, how many were completed on that date. You do it by daily, weekly, monthly, and you have different choices. Line chart, bar chart, column chart. And, this way you can look at it and go, okay, we got 15 cards done yesterday, but we only got 2 done today. What's the problem? Complete and incomplete cards, like the ratio of how many cards are completed versus how many are still waiting. Card by badges, like, so if you want to come in here and see how many high priority cards you have in total, it will show them here. And, or whatever badges you create. Active and overdue is how many cards. Now, active and overdue, this one, cards will only show up in here if they have a due date. So if they don't have a due date, they won't show up here. So you might have 50 cards, but if they don't have due dates, they won't show here. This would be blank. This one's broken. This one will show who's completed them, if there are completed cards. Right now it's broken. And you can see who's creating, cards, how many they've created, that kind of stuff here. That's the basics of the charts and stats here. We can go back over to project. But like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So I'll talk to you later.